I got you stuck. Got you stuck off the rail. The realness.
Welcome back to the Adity Podcast. I am the man on the street, where I bring you news, sports, entertainment, and politics. But before we unpack this video, if I can get you to hit that subscribe button down below and also that notification bell so you can stay up to date from the latest from the Adity Podcast and me, your man on the street. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like a lot of people are getting the FAFO letters and they're not believing what they're reading. I'm telling you, a lot of people are shocked that the policies that Donald Trump is enacting is actually affecting them.
Yes, ma'am. I'm calling from West Virginia, and which is a red state for Donald Trump. And they have a place called down here Public Debt. And a lot of my neighbors would vote for Trump. They walking around scared, crying, nervous. And they were forever Trumpers. But on a personal note, I'm a diabetic and I'm on Medicare. And when Joe Biden was in there, my insulin was $6 for a 28-day supply. I just went to CVS to get my new supply. It went back up to $80, they said, because the American Recovery Act was canceled. So it went from $6 to $80.
Tyranny is rising in the White House, and a man has declared himself our king. So I would like to know, rather, the people would like to know what you, congressmen, and your fellow congressmen are going to do to rein in the megalomaniac in the White House.
When you talk about tyranny, when you talk about presidential power, I remember having the same discussion with Republicans when Biden was elected. The funny thing is, you're sitting here and a lot of you would probably say those January 6s who are yelling just as loud as you, who are upset just like you, and not listening.
Hey, let's restore some order. Let's restore some order. Hey, let's restore some order.
So
Stop
yelling at me is not going to get any answer, okay?
Workers from the nuclear workers, the NNSA, our nuclear stockpile, and CDC workers working on the bird flu being fired by DOGE and then having to be rehired when someone realized, oh gosh, we need those people. Why is a supposedly conservative party taking such a radical and extremist and sloppy approach to this?
You have to do more with less in order to survive.
I understand. Trying to do more with less. That's reasonable. What's not reasonable is taking this chainsaw approach, which they obviously admit when they fired these people and then decided, oh, we fired the wrong people. We got to bring them back in. Why is this being jammed down the pipe so rushed and sloppily?
I'm a registered Republican voter and retired active Army officer. How can you tell me that DOGE, with some college whiz kids from a computer terminal in Washington, D.C., without even getting out into the field, after about a week or maybe two, has determined that it's okay to cut veterans' benefits?
I think a couple things. Let me give you an example. Did you know that the VA was in charge of payments for illegals for housing? Basically, the VA.
No, I'd like for you to send me. Could you send me that reference so I could research that? Because no, I'm not aware of that. And I would tell you that that's a red herring, a false flag. If you're throwing that kind of political stuff up, trying to cut veterans' benefits, that's very alarming to me.
When will you stand up to them and say that is enough?
The end result of the fraud and abuse that has been discovered already.
President Trump has issued a lot of executive orders. I think by and large this is moving very quickly compared to other administrations, and I think across the board he's done some very good things. I think He's gotten rid of birthright citizenship.
Illegal as hell.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Now these people are at these town halls talking to their representatives, talking about, hey, how y'all let this go on? But as you can see, these representatives, they're doing Donald Trump bidding. They're trying to deflect exactly what Donald Trump is doing. But what is funny to me is that some of these people actually voted for Donald Trump. Some of these people actually took what Donald Trump said as the truth.
It'll all happen very quickly. This will rapidly drive prices down, lower interest rates, and put more money into the pockets of American consumers.
Wow. And just to think that you actually voted for this person. You actually bought the bag of goods that he was selling. You actually thought that his policies wasn't going to hurt you. But I can recall a certain individual tried to warn you about Donald Trump.
Donald Trump intends to cut Social Security and Medicare. He intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations and make working families foot the bill.
Yeah. That person tried to warn you about Donald Trump, but you didn't believe that person. You was like, why should I vote for her? Or better yet, she's not like us. But you found it out that you're not like Donald Trump. You're not a billionaire. You're not a millionaire. You're just a regular old person out here trying to make it day by day, week by week, month by month, or year by year. But yet, you fell into the trap of Donald Trump saying to you, hey, I'm going to do this for you. Y'all fell for the old bait and switch. And now y'all actually going to feel the pain. But I can recall another woman giving a speech, and she said something so powerful that a lot of people didn't believe her as well.
Because believe me, if Donald Trump is president again, at some point or another, that ugliness will touch all of our lives. And it will not matter what you look like, how you worship, who you love, or how you vote. If you don't make 6 or 8 or 12 figures, if you're not famous, if you criticize or disagree with him in any way, if he doesn't view you as his equal or relevant to his ambitions, I promise you, he will not think about you when he gets into the Oval Office.
Michelle Obama and Kamala Harris try to tell the American people what Donald Trump would do once he got in office. But a lot of those people didn't believe Donald Trump would actually do that to them. And now they're finding out that, hey, it's not about us. It never was about us. It was about me getting back in power and me doing what I want to do. Me trying to destroy the American way of life just so I could get ahead. Or better yet, get in the good graces of Putin. Yes, I said it. He wants to get in the good graces of Putin. And it's crazy because he called the dude from Ukraine a goddamn dictator, which what he said that he was going to do on day one.
You are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Yeah, I know. American people, we're not going to stand for that. You know, it's a lot of people starting to stand up and say things to their congressmen. And just like the people in those town halls, yeah, I know they probably voted for Donald Trump, but they're finding out that, hey, Donald Trump is not like us. That's what it boils down to. So now, what do you have to do? Well, when it's time for these representatives to come in your neighborhood and say they're going to stand up to Donald Trump, hold them at their word because they're not. So what do you need to do? You need to vote them out of office. Get somebody in there that's going to fight for you. Donald Trump said that Elon Musk is not the head of Doge, but Elon Musk is sending out emails talking about people's going to be terminated. It sounds like Elon Musk is the president and Donald Trump is just a puppet for the man that has all the money. But hey, I could be wrong. So let me know down in the comments down below what you think about what I just said. The man on the street wants to know.